All right. Great morning, superstars. How is everyone out there? This is your girl, Taria Hodge of Social Media Saturdays. And I feel like it's been like so long since I've had a Social Media Saturdays episode. And let me just tell you, the month of October has been absolutely amazing. And this is just one of the amazing things that is happening in October and getting ready to close out the month of October strong. And as you can see, I have three beautiful ladies here with me on the screen, and we are preparing for something awesome this evening. I have none other than Dr. Nekeshia Doctor, the communication and intimacy coach, and she is launching her Speak on It Sis Virtual Summit this evening. Okay, so I thought, what better way than to come on and give our superstars a sneak preview of some of the things that are going to be happening tonight. Yes, I said it tonight. The Speak on It Sis Summit starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But before we get into talking a little bit about the platform and who the platform is for, I just want to make sure that, I know who is out there. So if you're out there and you are watching, just go ahead and drop a comment into the comment section and let me know, Taria, I am here. I can see you and I could hear you. And then we are going to get this party bus started. And I see that Sabrina is out there this morning. Great morning, Sabrina. Thank you so much for tuning in to a wonderful episode of Social Media Saturdays. Now, one of the things hi, Barbara, how are you? Great morning. Thank you, Barbara, for jumping in, tuning in and joining. So one of the things that I usually love to do when we do our Social Media Saturdays, I usually like for our superstars to share where they are watching from. Okay. So in the comment section, let us know, not only are you here, but let us know what city, what state you are watching from. If you are watching from the US mainland, if you are watching from another country, we got superstars that join us all the way from Italy, South Africa, Australia. So if you are watching from another country, just go ahead and drop a line. Let me know where you are watching from. And then if you are also watching from another Caribbean nation, where are all my island nation people at? So if you're watching from another island in the Caribbean, just go ahead, drop a comment and let me know where you are watching from. And then after you have posted where you are tuning in from, one of the things that I always ask on every single Social Media Saturdays episode is for you to put in the comments who you serve and how you serve in your business. Who you serve and how you serve in your business. Okay, so why is this this important? This is very important because we have what I like to call virtual networking that happens every Saturday on Social Media Saturdays. So this is an opportunity for you to connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs, okay? And we would never know how we could connect, how we can collaborate with each other unless we know who we serve and how we serve. So don't miss the opportunity to put who you serve and how you serve in your business. And then lastly, put how we can connect with you. So if you do have a Facebook business page, please drop the link to your Facebook business page in the comment section. Or if you don't have a business page, maybe you're just getting started and you have your website, please drop a link to your website in the comment section below. And I see that Latreia is out there this morning, hailing all the way from Jersey City, New Jersey. Great morning, Latreia. Thank you so much. And then I see please forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Is it Kikistan that's watching all the way from Boston, USA? And I think that's a political comment if I did not catch it. Right? So if you are out there, please, please, please do not troll my video with any political stuff. This is not that type of platform. I appreciate it. Love you very much for understanding. Okay. And last but not least, I'm going to ask everyone to take a minute to just share out this broadcast. Okay. Share out this broadcast, to your network, because like I said, I have some amazing, beautiful ladies on here with me this morning, and we are getting ready to do what? Speak on it. Okay. So I want you to make sure that you bless, a life, bless your members of your network to be able to get this information and participate in the Speak on It Summit. So without further ado, I would like to take a minute to introduce Dr. Nekeshia Doctor. And I just love saying your name, Doctor, all the time. And Dr. Nekeshia Doctor is a communication and intimacy coach. And one of the things that I love is she paves the way for us to really have those tough conversations. So whether those conversations are conversations in business, so, we're all in business, and it's all about how do we build, and not only build but maintain our professional relationships, whether you are an entrepreneur or whether you are on a 9 to 5 and you're a C-suite executive. So Dr. Doctor helps you with that. And she also helps us, with those tough conversations when it comes to relationships, also in our personal lives as well. And so I got pretty excited, Dr. Doctor, when you asked me to participate in the Speak on It Summit. So I'm just going to ask you to share with us a little bit about the platform and why you decided, to to kick it up a notch and turn it into a virtual summit.
So if I may just thank you so much, Mr. Rhea, for allowing me to have this opportunity. What's interesting to know about me is that, and I'm going to stick to what you asked me, one of the reasons as to why this came about, my big why in this entire summit is the mere fact that what people may not know is that I'm an introvert. Naturally, I'm an introvert naturally. And so you can be an introvert and then you can be an extrovert in different settings or depending upon your environment of people around you. And so for me, for years, I'm just being honest, I struggled with speaking up for myself. I've always been, because I'm the eldest daughter, I'm the eldest child. I've been one to always, I think it's a part of my nature to protect, to cover other people, whether they're my siblings or not. It can be a very close friend, a dear friend of mine, and even a stranger. And I'm always trying to help someone else in whatever they need. I was that person in class who would raise my hand to ask questions of my classmates in high school. I kid you not. Because they were afraid to ask. And then when we stepped out of the door after the bell rung to be dismissed, they would ask for the notes. They wouldn't ask questions. But I was never the one to speak up for myself first. Catch that. I didn't speak up for myself first. I spoke up for everyone else. And there were reasons behind that. I over the course of time, people would, as I got older, my voice changed. So it appeared to people that I sounded like a male over the phone, or I'm very stern when I speak, or I can be intimidating. And all of those things will shut a person down. It will cause you to step back. It will cause you to crawl into a shell. And so the purpose of this platform is for me to reach out to those sisters that are out there, no matter what color you look like, whatever your skin complexion is. I struggled with it as a dark-skinned chocolate sister, and I'm proud of who I am, honestly. I struggled with that because people compared my sister and I. She's lighter than me. So I can go on and on, but that contributed to why I didn't say a whole lot. So I needed to show up. It's almost like I had an epiphany, Mr. Rhea, where it was like, Lord, I'm ready for a change. I need a change. He kept tugging on me as to say, listen, another sister is out there struggling with the same thing. Even a male, a man, a brother. You've got to know that it's time to speak up for yourself. And this has nothing to do with the political times. It has nothing to do with the pandemic. It's been too long. And so I needed to get to a place where I was ready to pull someone along with me and say, hey, I've got you. I've done this. I've been there. And that's why I'm showing up. They need to know, they meaning sisters all over the world. And even men that have challenges with speaking up for themselves. Yeah. And here it is. Some may be able to talk, but then they've been told, man, you talk too much, or you didn't have to say that. You could have said that a little different. So people will shut down in that light too. So to answer your question, it has a lot to do with me being ready to pull a sister along with me and say, hey, it's time. Let's get moving. They need to know what you're feeling.
Yeah, and I love that, Doctor. What you've created here is so important because I'm listening to you, and as I'm listening to you, it kind of took me back, even through childhood, coming
Mhm.
through, even on this entrepreneurial journey, the different ways that you could feel like you're being
Yes.
silenced. Okay,
Mm.
and one of the things that for me, and we're going to talk about this on the summit because I can't wait to talk about this, right? So one of the things that that I kind of noticed, and it became a lot more evident to me on the entrepreneurial journey, like is the silencing thing. So I come from a culture, being of Caribbean. I'm from the Virgin Islands. One of the things that we were taught here, in the Virgin Islands, and I could guess is probably the same for a lot of women across the world, right? Like it, it's our business, right? Don't take our business outside of the
That's
house.
good.
Whatever happens inside of the house stays inside of the house. And then we deal with it however we deal with it as a family, right? And what I have come to realize is that that creates a lot of internalization. And we all know what happens to us when we internalize things, right? So when we internalize, we have the the thing to suppress it. So
Yes.
you have all of these feelings, right? And all of these emotions that haven't been handled, they haven't been addressed, questions in your mind, and you just go through life with these suppressed things. And the funny thing that I am coming to understand and learn more, especially in this season, 2020 has been such a big year for me, right? In this season is how all of those things affect and play out in business. So we talk about relationships and we talk about the communication, right? And it's not just what we say in communication, but relationships is all about how we relate. So how do we relate with our team? How are we relating with our clients? How are we relating with our audience? And if you're not aware that you have these things that are running in your background, these stories that are going on in the back of your head, then, like you said, the word that I like to use is show up. Then you aren't showing up as powerful as you need to show up. Okay, so I'm super excited because these are just some of the things that we're going to be unpacking this evening on the Speak on It Sis Summit. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the link, so hopefully everyone will be able to see it on the screen. Okay. So you'll be able to see the link on the screen, and it's also in the comment section. So if you have not registered, for the Speak on It Summit with Dr. Nekeshia Doctor and her host of experts, you still have time to do so. And you could go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/Speak on It Summit. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, Doctor, is I'm going to move it over a little bit to Lyric. And I'm going to have, I see the awesome rock star is here. So I'm going to have Lyric share. First, Lyric, what made you decide to become a part of the Speak on It Summit?
Well, actually, I appreciate even having the invitation. But one of the things that kind of drew me towards it is that we as women, sometimes we tend to dumb it down because we're afraid of what others are thinking or what they might say about us. Sometimes they say, hey, you're bragging too much. It's not bragging, it's called branding. If you are an entrepreneur, it's your job to put yourself out there. But too many times we don't succeed in business as an entrepreneur because we're too busy, trying to satisfy the masses, right? So we don't become a rock star in our business because, oh my God, they're going to think I'm bragging. But when a commercial of your favorite car or your favorite food, or they run constantly all the time, and nobody says, hey, Ruby Tuesday, stop running this commercial all the time. You're not that good. It doesn't work like that. If they're in business to make money. So we as entrepreneurs have to do the same things. And sometimes we allow things from our past, like Dr. Doctor was saying earlier, you're too dark skinned, you're too light skinned. Even the light skinned girl got issues too, because you need a tan, you too skinny, you too this, that, and the third. So what I decided to do, and I'm encouraging other women to do, is to be unapologetically, yourself, unapologetically celebrating who you are, unapologetically living a transparent lifestyle, being who you are. It's the manifesto of an influencer. You are in business, and so you need to speak up and be great at what you do and not worry about everybody else. So this was that platform.
Oh wow! Hey, and I'm super excited, Lyric, to have you as part of the platform, because that's one of the things that I actually enjoy doing, like following your journey. And so for those of you who don't know, I know Lyric. How long has this been now, Lyric? Oh my gosh, forever. About 8 years? 8 years, going on 8 years, and to actually, like you said, show up unapologetically as who you are. And I love it, right? Because a lot of times we tend to shrink, right? We don't want to talk about ourselves because it's always that thing. How are people going to perceive us? Is it bragging, right? But that's what really it's all about. If you are in business, is the ability to go ahead and show up as who you are, right? That's it. So and not have the comparison, right? Because I think a lot of times as entrepreneurs, and especially as female entrepreneurs, we kind of tend to do that too, right? We kind of look at social media and we see, and that's why I love social media. Social media is so interesting to me, right? So we kind of take a look at all of these things that are happening on social media, and secretly inside, a lot of people are kind of comparing, should I do this and should I do that? And is this me? Or, trying to find their voice in the market. But what it's all about is just being unapologetically who you are and showing up as your authentic self. So I love it. I can't wait to have you, to see you and go through, your shares on the summit this evening. Is going to be great. I know you have some branding rockstar tips.
I am super excited because I've been there and done that, and sometimes you still go through it and you have these moments that, even though you know better, you don't always do better. But, it's 2020 was whack. So at this point, we have to do better. We have to just jump out there, because technically, if you're doing real bad, they talk about you then too. So, hey, pick one. All right.
But you know what, Lyric, that's so interesting, because you said if you're doing bad, right? And one of the shifts for me, it's not about doing bad or doing good. It's all about the growth opportunities. And so that's one of the things that, I love to look at life this way now. So I'm excited when I mess up. I'm excited when I fail. Like, I get up every day. Okay, what am I going to mess up today? Okay, because when I mess it up today, and the more I mess it up, that means the greater opportunity it is for me to learn something new. Right. And, you learn it. And then guess what? The beautiful part about it being in this space, then you go get to teach it, right, to others and others. And then they grow. So if you had to share, Lyric, just give us a sneak peek, just a little tip of one thing that you are going to share, with us this evening. What would it be?
One of the things that I want to talk about this evening is, we used to thrive to be a household name, but household name is for products, like cleaning products, like Lysol. We don't want to be a household name. We want to be an influencer. We want to influence people to be great. We want to influence people to be rock stars within their industry. We want to influence people. We don't want to be a household name. That was back in the day. That's for products, like Lysol, household. Our household name per se, we don't want to be a household name to everybody in the house, the husband, the wife, the kids, the dog. That's not our target audience. We want to be an influencer, and influence those that need what we have, whether it's our products, our services, our gift, or what we've been through. So let's talk about, how do we show up? How do we rock out online and in a space that touches the exact person that you need to speak to, that needs what you have?
Oh, wow, I love it. I love it. And actually, I see that we have Lindsay in our waiting room, and I'm just going to go ahead and add Lindsay on. Hi, Lindsay. How are you? Yes,
Good
can you
morning.
hear us?
How are y'all this morning?
Wonderful, wonderful. And before we come over to Savvy Mom, oh, Lyric just disappeared. I was going to ask Lyric another question, but I guess we'll have to catch her, on the summit this evening. So one of the things that I love that Lyric talked about, she talked about us, instead of striving to be that household name, to strive to be the influencer. Okay, and so I can't wait to unpack that discussion as well. So, Sam, I am coming over to you, my love. So, share with us a little bit about who you are. This is my first time meeting Sam, the Savvy Mom, and what inspired you to be a part of the Speak on It Summit.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. So being a part of this summit it's pivotal for me because I've been working and thriving to connect more with like-minded women, people, and especially women though, because so many times we tear each other down. It's like crabs in a bucket. And that's across the board, no matter what nationality, right? Or your cultural background, upbringing. And being able to connect with these like-minded women that uplift each other, we empower one another, we are helping one another.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to be able to be a part of this and share our message as a powerful source. And I think what each of us brings to the table, there's somebody out there that needs what each and every one of us has to offer. And being part of this platform and being able to offer that to them as a collective group is amazing. So you did ask who I was. I apologize. I missed that part. I am Sabrina Ulrich-Moore, aka Sam, the Savvy Mom. And really quick, I am a mom of 4. I've been married for about 15 years now. And I often found myself putting other people first. And I know other women do it all the time. So that's just been my light, I guess is the good way to say it, to hold the light or the lantern or the candle for other women, because we're always putting others first. And did you want me to go on?
Oh, well, actually, what I was going to ask you, because we were talking a little bit about it in the green room, right? And one of the things that we shared and we all have in common, because Lindsay, you're just joining, but most of us here, you came in when I was talking to Lyric, right? And we talked about our families, kids, grandkids, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that seems to be a common theme that's running is how we as women have the ability to kind of always put the needs of everyone else before us, right? Whether it's in our business or families, communities, we have a tendency to do that. And so it's about being able to make the shift where we're able to stand up for ourselves and put ourselves first, right? And and really understanding the concept that if we aren't pouring in to ourselves, right, then we aren't doing the best that we can, to help others. So I'm going to ask you to share, with our audience, with our superstars, what's one tip that you will bring to the summit this evening?
Yeah, thank you. So you're right. We were talking about that in the green room. It is more times than often that we as women, moms, wives, put others before ourselves. We often put ourselves on the back burner. We'll talk ourselves out of doing something, purchasing something for ourselves. But oh, by golly gee, we can justify doing it for others, right? So one tip that I would offer up that I'm going to share this evening is a simple one, but we often forget about it. And that is to just be silly. Allow yourself to have fun. Oftentimes we function within these structured world, and we've got to have a certain persona, a certain way we present ourselves, because by God, we're a mom, We're a wife.
Yeah.
You're a woman. You're a person. Do you remember that young lady that used to have all those ambitions and dreams and all that fire? Well, honey, we're going to reconnect with her, and I'm going to help you reintroduce yourself to her, and we are going to start living your best life. For who? You.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait. So once again, if you are out there and you are watching and you would like to connect with us on the Speak on It Summit, the link, we posted the link inside of the comment, and you could, the comment section, and you could actually go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/Speak on It Sis Summit. Okay. So make sure that you register. And I'm just going to say this for my superstars out there. One of the things that I love that Dr. Doctor, has done with this summit. Let me just put this out here. One of the things that she's done with this platform is that she has made it a safe space for women to come together. And the reason why I'm pointing this out, a lot of times what we, on social media, we get accustomed of people say, oh, register, but we don't register because we know at some point they're just going to stream it on Facebook and I could tune in without registering. Right. And what I'm going to say, that's not happening this time. OK, so if you really want to be a part of the conversation, like I said, one of the things I applaud Dr. Doctor for is being able to create that safe space for women. So as we go through the Speak on It Summit, it's not going to be streamed, guys. So if you want to get in on the conversations and you also want to get the strategies, from the experts. So this isn't just like a talk about it session, a powwow session, and then we have some, terrorists feel good, pat on the back and walk away. We are actually giving actionable strategies that you could start to implement in your life and in your business today. So in order to be a part of that, please make sure that you register and then go to, once again, bit.ly/Speak on It Sis. Okay, to be a part of the conversation. And so, Lindsay, before I bring it over to you, I'm going to go to Dr. Doctor for a second. Okay, and I'm going to ask Dr. Doctor to go ahead and kind of share, just one tip that you also will be bringing to the ladies on the Speak on It Summit.
So one of the things, Ms. Taria, that's important for me as a communication and intimacy coach is the mere fact that we know two things, that you are able to, first of all, identify what your own communication style is, and then your love language, because those two, for me, I find that they work hand in hand. And although a person can want to speak up, they may not necessarily know what lane they need to drive in. And what happens oftentimes is that they'll end up changing lanes and you're over in someone else's lane and you basically cut them off because you don't even know what lane you're supposed to be in. And your lane is your communication style. You can't, it's almost like driving again in the wrong lane and you're going in the wrong direction because you're trying to identify with the way someone else is communicating. And that may not be your style of communication. And so that's so important. Just being able to identify your communication style and your love language. And if not both right now, focus on the one, which is communication style. Learn to identify what your style is so that you're able to find your comfortable place. And so I thought I would share that before Miss Lindsay comes on. Okay.
I love it. And that's so important, Dr. Doctor. And I like how you said it, is to know your communication style. And I'm going to be there with my pen and my notepad so I can learn all the different communication styles there are, because, I think I have one. I think I'm pretty clear, on mine. But I love what you shared, is to know when you're communicating with others, what lane you need to be in, because that's where we have the miscommunication. So I'm excited. All right. So we are going over to Lindsay. Is it Lindsay or is it Lindsay?
It is Lindsay.
Okay. My apologies for getting it wrong. Welcome, Lindsay, to Social Media Saturdays. We are super excited to have you on the platform. And just like I asked everyone else, please share a little bit about who you are and how you serve, and what inspired you to be a part of the Speak on It Summit platform.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you, Dr. Doctor, for having me be a part of the summit as well. My name is Lindsay Emita. I am a relationship coach. I help women to create healthy relationships and love in life. A lot of times, what I love about the Speak on It Sis Summit, and what's going to happen is that we really are silent. I don't know why we have decided that we have to suffer in silence. And that is something that it's like we took on this plight and we refuse to let it go. Like that's a badge of honor, but it is not. And one of the areas that we struggle in is relationships, because especially on social media, we get the pictures, we get the images of healthy relationships, and ours is a mess. And we have kind of a shame of, if our marriage failed, if we're having trouble in our marriage, if we're single and over a certain age. And we just, I don't know, we just feel like there's no help when there's help all around. But social media and society sometimes makes it feel like if you're not perfect in these areas, then you're failing. I don't believe that at all. What I try to do and what I aim to do, the reason that I'm even in this is because of relationship fails. Okay. The reason that I can do what I do is because of relationship fails and learning. Yeah. Right. That's if once you learn a thing, or at least me, that's what I try to teach my children. Once you learn a thing, you shouldn't have to repeat that same thing. You might learn something else, but you're not going to repeat the same thing. So this is this is the opportunity for me to show women how to love and find love again, because I was married for 17 years, thought that thing was going to last forever, and it did not. And then I was like, oh snap, what happened? I don't know what happened. Then they just went through a process of a downward spiral of myself, of relationships, and I had to start from scratch, rebuild. And so now I know that there are plenty of ladies out there, whether they've been married or not, who want love, but they are struggling with it. And when I say love, I know people directly go to romantic love, but they don't even love themselves. So I'll take them through 3 steps tonight. On the first one is release. Mm-hmm. So I just want, it is my goal, it is my heart's desire that people have healthy relationships in general. Because when we have healthy relationships, I really believe that health is wealth. People think that all this other stuff, I'm like, but relationships is really the real currency that we trade in every day. And so I want to make sure that we have healthy relationships so that we can be wealthy in life.
Oh, I love it. I love it, Lindsay. And like I said, I can't wait. Because once again, these issues that we are touching on and we are talking about, they have such tremendous impact on how we are walking through the world. Okay. And I know a lot of women have a desire to be more, to do more. Right. And we don't know or understand fully the things that are kind of holding us back until we start to, and I do believe it starts with the conversations. Right. So being willing to even open up and have the conversations that need to happen before we're able to start peeling back the layers and doing the work. So that's why, this platform is so exciting to me. So like I said, I just can't wait. I feel good knowing that we got a relationship expert, like I messed up quite a few in my life. But like Lindsay told me, they're all learning experience. experiences, right? So that just means I'm getting better and better for the right one, because I'm not married yet. Not married again. I was married before, right? So I'm just getting better and better working on self. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. All right. And so before we wrap it up, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of share a little bit of what I'll be bringing to the table on the Speak on It Sis Summit. So many of you know I'm Taria Hodge, social media strategist, founder of the platform Social Media Saturdays. And it's so interesting because I'm going to talk about or share how to make your brand shine online. Okay. And what's really interesting in my journey, when we talk about shining online isn't, what a lot of people thought, or think it is. And we had Lyric talk about showing up as your authentic self. And we had Lindsay touch a little bit about, social media and the perfectionism that a lot of us see, when it comes to social media. And so even if you're not willing to admit it, right, there is that, measuring up and that competitive thing that happens. Like social media is like a psychological game. And what I see a lot of times, especially with my female entrepreneurs, my sisters, I see a lot of my sisters kind of shrinking and hiding on social media. And I could say that because I was that person. Okay. Now I prided myself in being the behind the scenes girl. Lyric knows it. Lyric know that I would be behind Doctor knows it. I would get behind everybody's cause, everybody's platform, and I would support the heck out of you. I would learn all the tools, the gadgets, right? And then when it came to myself, just seriously hiding out on social media. And so I had to take a look at, what does it really take, for you to show up and shine? And that's what it's all about. How do you get your authentic, true message out into the marketplace? And this is the reason why I'm bringing this, because a lot of times people think that it's all the bells and whistles on social media that does it. They think it's the pretty, pictures. I have clients, I've seen people that refuse to launch, refuse to do what they're called to do, purpose to do, because when they look at that graphic, this one little line in the corner isn't right. And I'm here to tell you, ain't nobody working with you because of no graphic. Right? So quit it already, okay? And get out there and get your message out to who you are called to serve. Okay? And that's what I do. I help people come from all of that hiding behind, all of these things. For some people, it's the branding graphics. For some people, it's the tools, the gadgets. For some, it's the promotions. Okay, like you would see them on social media when they have something big to promote, and then they talk about that big thing, and then after that thing is over, then they go into hiding once again. And I'm here to say, like, you really don't, and I want everyone to get this. It's not about finding your clients. Okay, so that's a shift, right? It's not about finding your clients. It's about positioning your true authentic self out there, so you are attracting your divine clients to you. Like, people are out there waiting to work with you. They're waiting, to connect with your message into the marketplace. But if you are, once again, hiding out, and you're hiding out behind all of these things, then they'll never be able to find you. So we're going to talk a little bit about shine tonight on the platform. And so many of you know, when I talk about shine, I talk about 5 specific things: how to show up, how to hone in, how to have influence, how to nurture. And that goes back to the relationships that we're talking about. And then how to create an an experience with your brand that creates loyalty amongst your clients. Okay, so I'm super excited, to be a part of the platform, Dr. Doctor. I'm so honored that you asked me to be a part of it, so I can't wait. Okay, so I see that we have Sheila out there. Great morning, Sheila. Brian, how are you, sweetie? It's been a long time since we've spoken to each other, so we definitely got to catch up. And I see Sabrina Sam is saying, this is so good, loves it. Lataya, great morning. Thank you so much for being out there and tuning in and joining us this morning. So any of our superstars, if you have any questions for any of the ladies on the panel before we close it out this morning, please go ahead and drop your comments into the comment section before we go ahead and wrap it up. And then that way we'll be able to, address your comments before we go. But once again, please, if you know that you are ready to take, hi Nisi, how are you? If you know that you are ready, to take your relationships, whether it's your personal relationships, your business relationships, to the next level, we are having some real conversations that would allow us not just to be able to be heard, but also get the strategies that we need to implement that would allow us to move forward. Okay, so if you have not registered, please make sure you head on over to, once again, bit.ly, that's bit.ly/speak on it summit. And then we'll see you this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And so Dr. Ladies, I'm just going to open it up for last comments, last remarks before we close it out. So I'm going to start with you, Doctor, then move to Sam, Lyric, and Lindsay.
All that I can say, Mr. Rhea, is that, listen, I don't care about it being Halloween. We're not coming to trick or treat you, okay? We're coming to treat you so that we can empower you to just unmute your voice. Bottom line, I mean, you can hand out the treats 9 o'clock tonight, or let's do it 3 or 4 o'clock, or let's just make it a girlfriend night, or even if you want to pull in your spouse, or at this point, I think a man can even speak on it. Okay, a male, and he can lean in and say, "Hey, listen, I'm going to listen to the sisters tonight because I need to get what I need to have so I can move and shift." I feel this thing like right here, like, so I'm going to be quiet because I don't want to let it all out. I'm coming to be. I mean, you ladies are going to pour into me as well. I just happen to be the visionary, and God chose me to do it. But I'm telling you, I've already been hearing some amazing things. So all I can say, folks, just show up. Please show up, but you have to register. If you do not register, you're going to be left out in the cold with your costume on, your Halloween costume by yourself. Okay, let's just handle the business now. Go ahead and register, and that way you'll be in place to receive any freebies or any replay offers, whatever's out there. You will not know if you do not register. And please don't ask your friend, "I can't make it. We need to go over here to Halloween Horror." Let's get right, people. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Maria.
You're welcome. I love it. I love you. She said, "Look, get it together before you go trick or treating. Get it together, right? We got important stuff to do." All right, Sam, go ahead. You have any last minute comments you would like to share with our superstars?
Oh, yes, I'm still laughing listening to Doctor, because I mean, everything she's saying is true, right? We have to prioritize, and deciding whether or not to go be tricked or treated, it's funny. So the last thing, what I would like to leave everyone with is, again, bringing yourself to the front burner. But I want people to stop blending in and make their mark on the world. And to always remember to keep it sad.
Thank you so much for that, Sam. Lindsay?
Yes, so I agree. I have teenagers, and I'm sure that they'll be like, "Well, Mama," I'm like, "Listen, Mama has priorities." And what I had to learn was, Sam, is that I had to put me first. They had to learn that, right? And so, even though I talk about relationships with love, I talk about relationships in life. And even in the midst of all of this, the biggest relationship, this is a huge tip, so write it down. The biggest relationship we falter on is the one with ourselves. And so I want to make sure that you put yourself first. This whole thing is about putting yourself first, saying what you need to say. And I'm hoping and praying that you and others like you. So don't just say, oh, well, I'll do it. Share this so that other women and men will be able to stand in a more confident way in their life, because now they can speak on things that they've once been silent about.
Wow, I love it. And I'm typing that inside of the comment section so I could go back and I could get it. So thank you so much for that, Lindsay, for sharing. I can't wait. Lyric, any last minute comments from you?
Yes, I'm super excited about this evening. So I need everybody to show up, because now it's time to just pull off the mask. I know it's Halloween. Take it off, because you've been wearing it for a long damn time, right? And so tonight we're going to show you how to show up like a rock star, right? How can you be the best of the best? It's time to stop being a secret CEO because of somebody else. It's one thing if that's how you feel and that's what you want to do, but now it's time to take off the mask, be unapologetically you, show up, be transparent, and just rock out. Like, do you, because you're in business, you're an entrepreneur. Or if you want to be an entrepreneur, how are you going to succeed? How are you going to be great if you worry about what other people say? So what they think you're bragging. It's called branding. Do you? And tonight we're going to talk about that. Take the mask off and rock out.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Lyric, I just can't wait. Lyric is my rock star. So I just can't wait. I'll be there with my pen and my paper and my notepad just to let y'all know. And then lastly, I'm just going to close it out and just say that what I'm bringing to the table once again is, after we unpack all of this, how do we show up? How does all of this impact our marketing? Right? And when I take a look at the marketing, is the messaging that we are putting out there. Okay. And I know a lot of people, they're struggling, with this. Oh, I can't write ad copy. I can't do Facebook Live videos, all of this. And they're really, and this is going to be so good, because they're really, once again, trying to show up inauthentic. They're trying to show up, right, as who they are not on social media. And I'm here to tell you, like Lyric said, once you take off that mask, you are unapologetically you, then you're able to get your messaging out into the marketplace. You're able to attract who you are divinely called to serve. And then the end result of that is to have a business that you get up excited about every day. Can I say that? Like, every day. So I'm going to share some of the things that had to shift, for me, because I tell people, like, I get up, Lyric knows, I get up every day on fire, ready to go to work with who I am called to serve. Okay. So once again, ladies, if you have not registered, I'm not going to say it again, please go ahead, secure your spot. This revolution will not be Facebook Live. Okay, so you have to be like on the Zoom platform, to be a part of the conversation and get the necessary strategies to move forward. Okay, and so with that being said, ladies, thank you so much for joining in on the conversation. Thank you so much for being a part of Social Media Saturdays. Doctor, I can't wait. Thank you once again, love, for being obedient to the vision. So that's what I'm going to say, for being obedient to the vision, because you could have had the vision and you could have been disobedient to the vision, but you took up the mantle, you took the charge, okay, and you took action to bring it forth to us. So I can't wait. All right, so all right, everyone, take care, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.